This is the Crypto Entrepreneur checking in with you. Hope you had a good weekend. I just want to do a quick market overview before the week starts, and then shortly, probably sometime tomorrow, I'll come out with my new coin of the week. It might even be tonight. But hint, hint, it's on the list of coins we're going to be talking about quickly tonight. And the whole point of the coin, the market overview every Sunday is kind of going to be to go over kind of the top coins on the coin market cap and go over, kind of what I'm feeling good about, what I'm not feeling good about. I don't recommend you take my investment advice to heart. It's only my opinion. I'm not a certified financial planner or anything like that. This is pure speculation, pure opinion. But, this is also based on kind of my track record over the past 6 months, which has been, pretty good with cryptocurrencies. So, let's just kind of dive into it. Look at the coin market cap. What we're seeing lately, if you guys haven't noticed, is a bull market coming out, and Bitcoin has kind of led the charge there. I think Bitcoin was up like 14% yesterday, and it's been a crazy week for Bitcoin with the whole fork and everything. And kind of my take on it is this. So if you haven't gotten rid of your Bitcoin Cash already, it's probably too late. Like I said in my last video, Bitcoin Cash, it was just waiting to be sold off. Basically, everyone had their Bitcoin Cash ready to sell, but they couldn't find an exchange that would let them deposit it there yet. But as soon as Bittrex and a few other big exchanges opened their doors, we just saw the price plummet. And luckily I got rid of mine around $300. I think it was on like Friday. As soon as Bittrex opened it up, I deposited it on there. It took like half a day to get on there, but I finally sold. And if you're still holding Bitcoin Cash right now, I'd recommend holding it. At this point, you might as well hold it and see what happens. I know a few people who I actually really respect and trust, like Crypto, thinks that Bitcoin Cash is actually going to be the main chain as opposed to Bitcoin. I don't know about that, but I think the opportunity, the risk to the reward ratio is good enough to the point where if you're holding a few Bitcoin Cash, just hold them, man. No reason to sell them for $200 a piece right now. I mean, I think it's worth it to hold it to see what happens now. All right, so let's go into kind of what I see for the next coming weeks. First of all, Bitcoin, I think for me right now is the time that I want to get rid of Bitcoin. I'm going to have a video coming up right after this on how to effectively trade with Bittrex and a few other exchanges. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of my Bitcoin. I feel like it's got a ways to go up, but I think it's kind of hit a plateau right now. Literally, if we look at the graph right here, it's a plateau. And I think it's going to go down, probably into the high 2000s for a little bit and hang there before it makes its next way on upward. So I'm going to get rid of my Bitcoin and probably buy it back, hopefully around like 2,700, somewhere in that range. I got to look at, some of the support levels that support and resistance levels on Bitcoin and figure out exactly where I want to enter back in. So that's Bitcoin. I'm selling my Bitcoin, and I'm probably going to buy some of the stuff I have on this list. You'll see to the right here, I have what I like, what I don't like, and if it's in bold, that means I currently own it. So that means I like it a lot. So I'm just going to briefly go over a few of the reasons why I like some of these cryptos right now. We'll start with NIM, XEM. NIM has been a top coin for a while now. They have a lot of features that Ethereum, Bitcoin, a few of the other big coins have, and they've been pretty successful. So what I like about NIM right now, besides what I just said, is if you look at a chart right now, so I don't know, there's probably a technical name for this, but I just kind of call it maybe it's an inverse head and shoulders, which sometimes can be I think sometimes people say it's bearish, but in my personal experience, it's been pretty bullish. Because what happens, you see, if you look here, you see this other high from like the end of May, where it hit about 26 cents, right? Maybe a little higher, 27 cents. What we have going on now is it did this little U or V formation, and we're coming up to almost 27 cents again. We're at 25 cents, and usually what will happen is if a coin hits its previous all-time high and then surpasses it, then that's super bullish, and we're probably looking at a bit, a decent pump up above 27 cents. We might even get to 30 cents or higher. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some NIM. I know it says it's bold right now, but that's because I'm about to buy some. So, those are some of the reasons I'm bullish on NIM. Ethereum, I've always been bullish on Ethereum. I love Vitalik. I think they have great leadership. And, we got up to a pretty high price of like $400 a month or two ago. And same as NIM, I think we're heading back up to that high. And hopefully we surpass it, but you never know what can happen in the world of crypto. Ethereum has a lot of cool things going in the pipeline. Next coin, Zcash. I did a video before this on why I thought Zcash is super bullish right now, and it's been going up kind of in tandem with Bitcoin. So you can take a look at that video. It was my coin of the week video last week if you want to check it out. Next up, we have Litecoin. And hey, if I'm going a little fast, it's because I want to cover a lot of space in a small amount of time. I find that people, especially because you can't see my face right now, and we'll talk about that soon. I am going to have a quote-unquote kind of face release in the next coming weeks. I just got to get my webcam set up and everything. But, I want to keep it kind of streamlined and quick analysis with these types of videos. I don't want to bore anyone. So kind of continue here. Litecoin. I'm bullish on Litecoin because I feel like it's the exact alternative to Bitcoin. It can do a lot of the same things Bitcoin does and more. It has SegWit and it's faster. And I think it's always going to be faster unless it takes over the volume of Bitcoin. So bullish on Litecoin. I think it's at 45 right now. I could see it going to 70 or 80 by the end of the year. And it's also a safe bet too. Like, we know Litecoin isn't going to plummet any, one of these weeks. It's a pretty solid coin. It stays within its trading range, and I see no reason not to own it. That's Litecoin. Ant shares are what it's called now, Neo. I've owned that since it was about $6, and basically a lot of people are saying it's the Ethereum of China, and the Chinese are buying this coin up like crazy. I haven't done too much research into it, but I've owned it since it was $6, and right now, let's see, what's Ant shares at? Neo, yeah, it's at like at $15 and a half right now. Like, it's super bullish. I think it's going to continue to go up, and we're in a bull market, so why not? Stratus, next up. I've always loved Stratus. They have a really good team, and then also they kind of do enterprise blockchain stuff, enterprise consulting, and if you look at the chart is super bullish right now based on technical analysis. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not a technical analysis pro, but just following other people like AaronAG and high altitude investing, they think the chart looks super awesome right now. So I am in Strat for the fundamentals and also the technical analysis. Syscoin. I have always loved Syscoin. Syscoin to me is kind of like a poor man's Stratus. They do a lot of the same. They do enterprise blockchain projects for small businesses, and where is it? Syscoin, but the difference is their market cap's a little bit smaller. I mean, it's still like a mid to high cap coin, but I just think the growth potential with Syscoin is outrageous. Like it's a coin that could be up there with Strat, by the end of the year, but it's a lot cheaper right now. So why not buy it? That's Syscoin. EOS and IOTA, I'll kind of combine these two because I don't know too much about both. And you guys might laugh, dude, Rob, why are you invested in coins you don't know much about? And the thing is, crypto, you don't have to know a lot about each coin. You just have to know what the market sentiment is, what the chart looks like, and what the coin can do, and you can invest in it. And in a bull market like this, that's even more so. So basically, these two coins bring something to the table that no other coin has. I know IOTA has something where they don't use a blockchain, but they use what is the word? They use it's not scrambles. Hopefully in the comments you guys can help me out, but they use some sort of methodology that's totally different, and it's supposed to be next level. So I'm in for a small amount for EOS and IOTA. I in a bull market like this, you want to get in the coins that have a lot of potential, and I think those two definitely have them. Dash and Golem, real quick, Dash Evolution is coming out later this year, so I'm bullish on them. I haven't bought it yet because it's just not super high on my list, but eventually I will. Golem, I've owned Golem in and out. Golem is an Ethereum token, and it's like a supercomputer. And I used to own Golem, but to tell you the truth, I don't see the point in owning both Golem and Ethereum. They kind of go up and down in tandem. So for now, I'm just putting all my money into the big horse, which is Ethereum. But I think Golem's a great buy. And one of the pluses of having an Ethereum token is being able to store it on the Ethereum blockchain. So if you have a Ledger Nano, you can store Golem pretty easily as opposed to keeping it on an exchange. Same with Basic Attention Token, which I do own. I think the potential for Basic Attention Token is ridiculous. I think it's super undervalued. I mean, the creator of JavaScript created Basic Attention Token, and the concept is so good. The concept is basically like, hey, you're watching YouTube, you're watching a specific advertisement. The advertiser gets paid, but we're not really leveraging decentralized advertising markets to do this. And basically, what this would allow you to do is, I believe this is how it works. If you watch a certain advertisement, you have the ability to earn Basic Attention tokens for watching that advertisement. It's kind of like, hey, if you're going to watch our ad, then we will pay you to watch it, which I think is genius. Next up, we have Steam. I've always been bullish on Steam. I've owned it for like 4 or 5 months now. If you don't know about Steam, go to their website, sign up. It's a decentralized it's kind of like Reddit. It's like a decentralized Reddit, and the content on there is really great. They have a lot of support from the community, and I see no reason why this coin would not stop going up. Factum is the last one on my list that I own, and I own it primarily because of the people involved. I think Bill Gates. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure he's involved, maybe to like a very small extent. But Factum, one of the things they're doing is they're building a blockchain that can keep track of contracts like mortgages, those sorts of contracts, and no one else is really niche market like they are. and it's just a solid coin. So I've always owned Factom. We'll kind of breeze through the rest. Decred, Digibyte, they're solid coins as well. You know, I'm not like totally on the up and up with what exactly they do, but I have heard that the technology is pretty damn good for both of them, and a lot of people are bullish about both of those. And like I said, a lot of times perception is just as important, if not more important, than the actual fundamentals. Lastly, we have Digix DAO, which is basically it's a coin that tracks gold. So if you're familiar with ETFs that track gold, like GLD, and I think there's a few others, this is like the crypto equivalent of that. So if you own some DGD, then technically you own some gold or gold contracts. So it's a cool way to own some gold. The coin has been going up like crazy. I think DGD, what's it at now? Let's check this out. Digix DAO is at $70, and it's an Ethereum token. All right. So, lastly, coins I don't like. And I'm gonna get some flack for this because a few of these coins they have some hardcore supporters. But I'm just gonna tell you in a few quick sentences why I don't like each one. Monero. I'll probably get the most shit for this. The Monero community is notoriously committed and dedicated to their coin, and they'll behead anyone who talks shit about their community or their coin. And I think their community is awesome. I think they have great community backing, lots of users. But here are my issues with Monero. Number one, the technology. It's a little outdated. I mean, maybe it's still good, but there are so many other coins out there, especially in the privacy coin market, that can do the same things that Monero can do. So it's kind of like, why use Monero besides for the name? I mentioned this in another video. I think the privacy coin market is super crowded. I mean, Zcash, you have Dash, you have um, you have Pivx. The list goes on. I mean, there's tons of privacy coins. I just think there's going to be one winner of it, and chances on that being Monero might be good, but they're not like it's not a guaranteed conclusion right now. The second reason I don't like Monero is I don't like Fluffy Pony. I believe that's the name of their leader or their lead engineer. I just think he's a arrogant little prick. You know, he pulled some stunt a few months ago where he promised that they were going to have a huge announcement, and basically, people started buying up Monero. The price skyrocketed. I didn't touch it because for reasons I'm mentioning on this video, I just didn't like Monero. But long story short, he pumps this whole thing up, and then he gets on the stage at this event and he says, "Hey, fuck you guys. There's no news. I just wanted to fuck with you." Basically, giving the finger to the pumpers and dumpers, which I understand to a small extent, but it's totally unprofessional. It's like, dude, you're not a CEO of a company, but you basically created a cryptocurrency that has 712 million assets under ownership, I guess if you want to call it that. And you're walking around like a clown, like a 5-year-old, just playing with people's money like it's not a big deal. And it pissed me off, and I will never own Monero after that. Okay, reason number 3, on a lighter note, I've just totally been shitting on this coin. On a lighter note, we've seen the takedowns of Alphabay, Hansa. I think there's, another darknet market in there. If you guys aren't familiar with those, basically that's where the darknet kind of trading and goods, I guess goods trading, you can say, goes on. So if you want to buy drugs, if you want to buy stolen credit card numbers, and if you want to buy some, legit legal things too, you can buy it on the darknet markets. But basically with those being taken down, I think it's lost a lot of its volume because Monero was one of the main currencies besides Bitcoin to be used on those markets. And as these new markets pop up, who says they're going to use Monero? They might say, "Hey, let's use Zcash. Hey, let's use Pivx." It's just another reason I wouldn't invest in Monero. Okay. Uh, Next up, we have Ripple. You guys are going to learn pretty quickly. I have never really liked Ripple. The only time I bought Ripple is when it's super cheap and I know it's going to be manipulated, which is the reason I don't like to own it. It's definitely manipulated. It's basically a coin run by the establishment and the big banks, and I just don't trust it. And that's that. Ethereum Classic. The reason I don't like Ethereum Classic is because I think Ethereum totally just knocks it out of the park versus Ethereum Classic. Ethereum can do everything Ethereum Classic does. The only difference between them, besides the fact that Ethereum has so many more dApps, is that Ethereum Classic has a different moral stance. They think the DAO, which is basically a big fund where people put their money into and promise that they'd get it back. The DAO was hacked, and Ethereum decided to get the money back to their people. And Ethereum Classic said, "Hey, that's bullshit. We had a contract, and the whole basis of cryptocurrency is a contract that can't be broken." Who cares about that? The bottom line is Ethereum has the bigger community, the bigger corporate support, more dApps, a bigger market cap. It's like, why invest in Ethereum Classic if you can have Ethereum? I see where people are coming from, where they kind of want to hedge their bets in case Ethereum gets hacked again. But let's be honest, if Ethereum gets hacked again, Ethereum Classic is gonna probably go down too. So for me, I don't see any reason to own it. Stellar Lumens, no. I'm not going to give you guys a reason. I just think it was a polo pumping up coin, and there's just no reason to own it. Okay, so there you guys go. If I didn't mention your coin up here, throw it in the comments, and I'm glad to kind of give you my 2 cents on it. I don't know about every single token, but if it's in the top 100, I probably at least heard of it, and I can, give you a sentence or two on what I think on it. But that's this week's market recap. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe, and I will be doing videos with a actual camera hopefully in a week or two. I just got to get things set up. I've got a lot going on with work, but hopefully we can make that happen. So if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Have a good weekend. Bye.